Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we've jumped off the Zhangjiajie Bridge and landed in Arabia to witness a match between MbL playing as our blue Khmer and Liereyy playing as our yellow Persians. Now, as the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at the respective civ matchups we'll be watching today. Now, the Khmer, also pronounced Khmer, are a civilization that focuses on some of the heaviest hitting units in the game. Their scorpions have extra range and can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. Their battle elephants move faster, can also be upgraded to get extra attack. And their unique unit is quite possibly one of the hardest units in the game to deal with heads on. I am talking about the ballista elephant, which, as it sounds, is an elephant unit with a huge ballista mounted on its back that, like the scorpions, can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. Now, in order to take advantage of these bonuses and upgrades, the Khmer have to get to castle and Imperial ages as fast as possible with a lot of food in the bank. So to help them do this, they get a few bonuses. First, to go up to the next age, you do not require any structures whatsoever, only the requisite resources. So 500 food to feudal, 800 food, 200 gold to castle, etc. Second, your farmers do not need to bring any food to the mill or the town center. As long as a farmer is working on a farm, it automatically adds the amount of food generated, or rather it automatically adds the food to your stockpile. So Khmer units, or rather Khmer villagers, can build farms literally anywhere on the map. And lastly, the Khmer villagers are very hard to raid because they can garrison inside these houses until the danger passes, and then they can come out and get back to work. Now, facing our Khmer opponent, or rather player, is Liereyy playing as the Persians. Now, the Persians are an economic powerhouse with a tech tree that's incredibly strong and diverse. So in addition to getting all of the economic upgrades available in the game, they start the game with extra food and extra wood, which makes it easier for them to build an extra villager and makes it easier for them to either build an extra house or a lumber camp or a mill, whatever the player decides. Now, starting in feudal, their town centers do work faster and get progressively faster, all the way up to 20% in Imperial. Now, using these economic advantages, the Persians are a very much cavalry-centric civilization. Their Nightline units come with extra attack against archers, and they're the only civ in the game to have access to not only hussars and paladins, but also heavy camel riders with all cavalry upgrades. That's right, all of the cavalry upgrades from both their stables and their blacksmith. Now, the availability of these cavalry upgrades actually is fantastic for the Persians because their unique unit is the War Elephant, which comes with a powerful attack. I think it's 15 for the base model, 20 for the elite, a huge amount of hit points, 450 for the base, 600 hit points for the elite version, and does trample damage. Now, it is expensive and it is slow, although it can be upgraded nowadays to move 30% faster. So overall, we've got two incredibly powerful civilizations today in the hands of two incredibly powerful players. Take a look at the Elos at the top. Not that these players need any introduction. MbL with 2610, the favorite to win here against Liereyy at 2555, playing the Persians. Now, I say favorite only in terms of Elo. I leave it up to viewers to decide which civ here is better, which one has the advantage over the other. Point is, Khmer have to get up to castle and Imperial as soon as possible, in my opinion, and that is something that can either be done very effectively or very poorly, which leaves them exposed in the early game. We've got a bit of a Hakuna Matata situation here with a few ostriches just hanging out with a zebra. Oh, but now they're going to get scared away, or will they get hunted and herded as they should? And now the scout cavalry. Let's see our opponent's bases while they continue to build up their economies, although both are now going up to feudal. MbL's base is sitting in a depression surrounded by high ground and not terrible in terms of walling off. So a lot of easy portions here to wall off. Liereyy, I would say slightly less depressed, fewer hills around his, but also easier to wall off, except for his southern portion, which either he has to leave completely open or he'll have to wall it off here, which is pretty far away from his main base. So situation advantage I would give to MbL, just by virtue of how easy he can wall off his base. His gold is very close. His stone is not. Liereyy, gold, kind of in a forward position here. Stone very much in a forward position. So both players having their stone exposed. We'll see what that means in the middle to late game. But for now, both players in feudal. As I finish this sentence, lumberjack upgrades going down for both. Okay. Both players sitting on 19 villagers. The original scout. Let's see what they're building. Our yellow Persian going for spearmen right away. And let's see what he can accomplish with that. 2 more scout cavalry coming out. Okay, so Liereyy intends to put on some decent early game pressure. One of my viewers commented that it seems almost like a formality that these amazing players do this kind of early game aggression because, oh, an MbL Lion decides to waylay these units on their way to the attack and gets the HP of this spearman down significantly. 13 HP lost. Okay. As I was saying, one of my viewers commented that it's a formality, and boy, does it seem like it. I mean, both players streaming units across the map. We've got a bit of a scuffle here between scout cavalry. But if you've watched my casts, you know my opinion. Oh, this definitely has to get, you need to wall this gap, whatever it was that let your villagers get out of here. If you've watched my videos, you know my opinion of feudal age armies. They are weak as shit, and they are either designed to be annoying, or they're designed to distract, or they're designed to sap away your opponent's energy by making them micro intensely in the example 11-12 minute mark of the game. Where are MbL scouts going? Let's see what they've seen of each other's bases. Liereyy has seen the entire eastern portion of MbL's base, has not seen the left portion at all. MbL has seen all of Lierey's base. So fantastic scouting here for MbL. Now, while these units poke and prod at each other, I apologize to anyone on a smaller screen. Let's take a look at our battlefield today. Lots of clumps of trees, lots of mountainous regions. So this is going to be a fun one. I see choke points here. I see high ground advantage. I see some contested resources out on the map. The entire north is completely open for colonization by either player. And now Liereyy is in with 3 scout cavalry. Let's see what he can get done. We'll get this villager, I think, unless she can make it to the house. Oh, she makes it into the house. Amazing here. And this is what I was talking about, the lack of, you know, the lack of oomph for sometimes instead of using words, I just grunt like an animal. But the lack of power by feudal age units is notorious, in my opinion, especially when you have players this good. I mean, MbL is ahead by 1 unit each, 1 unit military, 1 unit civilian population, although Liereyy does now catch up. I'm surprised that the Persian is behind / catching up with civilians. Like I said, starting in feudal, this town center works 10% faster, 15 in castle, and 20 in Imperial. So he should be able to pump out units, rather villagers, and outnumber his opponent very, very quickly. Okay, we have a bit of a jostling, a bit of a war of positioning happening in the center of the map. Neither player really interested in engaging. I think you can kill 1 spearman with 4 scout cav. I don't think you need to be too afraid of that. But in comes MbL with a decent-sized force. 4 scout cavalry. What is this, 5 archers? But he's got to be careful. These scout cavalry here are going to decimate the archer line unless his own can intercept them, which they do exactly. But oh god, Lierey's scout cavalry just trample, for lack of a better word, MbL's, and now these archers are dead meat. Look at him trying to block his way, viper gating these archers so that they get stuck in this tiny little choke point, deleting the house, giving his cavalry a wide berth of attack. I'm surprised MbL even managed to get this 1 scout cavalry unit, but fantastically here for both. I don't know who has the advantage at this point. Their scores are basically identical, with probably the extra 1 kill here by Liereyy at the bottom of your screen. You see he's killed 12 to MbL's 11, being the only difference in score. And now Liereyy is chasing away the secondary aggression here by MbL, which is 1 scout cavalry. And where are his going up to 6 archers? They're at home, defending these adorable lemon bushes. These, by the way, are my favorite with the blue butterfly. My God, is it pretty. These archers have to be careful. The villagers have to join in. Yeah. Okay, one scout cav does bite the dust. MbL is keeping Liereyy occupied. Like I said, these are distractions, right? These are not game ending. Another viewer did point out, of course, anything can be game ending, right? You have a clump of archers, a clump of scout cavalry. They catch you unawares. They decimate a lumberjack line or a resource gathering line, and you fall back so far behind you have no choice but to GG. But on players of this level, that rarely happens. MbL, as the Khmer, going up to castle. Not that he needed it, but he did build a stable and an archery range. Khmer are finicky because, you know, these players develop habits over years and thousands of games of playing. And the Khmer just come in and say, oh, you think you need to build a market and a blacksmith? You think you need to build a archery range or a stable? No, you just need the resources, and you can go up to castle and start pumping out elephants and scorpions. So it does mess with people's build orders, people's muscle memory, things like that. So, you know, feel free, try the Khmer, of course, but my advice is make sure your base game is very, very strong before you do. Our Persian player, literally 40 seconds behind. He is getting bloodlines. So hopefully that means we're going to see some cavalry out of our cavalry-centric civilization. For now, though, our Khmer player building 9 archers. Okay. Still dangerous. Actually, no, I was going to say against 5 scout cavalry, but if you take a look at the HP bars, 2 of them are basically dead. A strong wind could knock 2 of them to their graves. And he's going to be in a castle very soon. And I'm guessing, don't quote me on this, I'm guessing these are going to be converted into, yep, crossbows. Okay. But is he trapped here for now? They are not crossbows yet. Oh, you've got to turn around. This is a massacre of scout cavalry. Played perfectly here by MbL, and now these are crossbows. These scout cavalry are gone. Yeah, they have to disengage. Okay, so killed a bunch of units, lost a bunch of units. Yet again, the kill count is literally 1 off. Nothing has changed. The scores are still 80 points apart. So this just goes to show you how good these 2 players are. A monastery going down for our blue Khmer, a second town center going down for a Persian who is also now in castle and building his first 4 knights. They are out on the map. At least half of them are. Crossbows coming out. 6 here, 6 there, a dozen. We'll see if that beats the knights of our yellow Persian. For now, he is running circles around these knights. Oh yeah, you know what he wants. He wants this juicy high ground with the attack bonus to hold them off, while his reinforcements, which should be coming to the left side of our screen any moment now, going to the high ground. But oh, this is might be too little too late. Loses the high ground, regains the high ground. But 3 now fully healthy knights. I don't think that's proper English. Full health knights will decimate these crossbows. Crossbows notoriously weak unless they have the quantity and the high ground, or at the very least the upgrades. But not to be deterred, MbL is building 7 more crossbows. He's got his first 2 monks coming out against these 6 knights and 2 scout cavalry of our opponent. Converts one of the knights with one of his monks. Fantastic play so far by MbL, but I think there's still the gap here, right? Okay, I guess he's leaving it on purpose. He wants to have access to that, you know, to be able to leave his base. I never noticed that these elephant units in the stables, again, hat tip to the developers, just all these little tiny details. Second town center going down for our blue Khmer. What have they both seen of the, let's call it the Wild West here, this frontier land? So Liereyy has seen a huge chunk of it. MbL has seen none of it. Oh, lordy for MbL. I mean, look at all this black space. He does not know what is going on. Liereyy, on the other hand, has located the relic that's to the far, far west, has seen this one to the north. He has seen all. Oh my god, I apologize. I do this all the time. I click the relic and then I see the relic's vision as opposed to the players. No, Liereyy has seen 1, 2, and 3. Oh, just barely. But this one here, where is it? Just south of my screen. Oh, that's very sour. Just right here. And he misses it. But map vision going very much to Liereyy, as is the score. His kill count has grown significantly. It's basically double the kill count of our blue Khmer, who has gone up to 12 crossbows and stopped all military production with the exception of monks. Let's see if he gets any converts here. One convert. Not bad. Not bad. He lost no units. It cost him nothing, and Liereyy had to disengage. So I would say fantastic trade here for our blue Khmer. And I guess the kill count doesn't reflect conversions at the... I guess there's a different screen for that. But keep in mind that, yes, Liereyy has killed twice as much, but he's also lost 2 knights now to this Khmer force. And now these knights, these Khmeri knights, are just hanging out here. And what have you scouted? He still has not scouted the entire western or southern portion of the map, MbL. Going up to his 4th town center, our Persian player on the back of 3 is still keeping a pace with villager production. I am surprised. Anytime a Persian player, or rather a player playing the Persians, oh god, a player playing the Persians isn't sitting at a villager advantage, I'm always a little bit surprised. That being said, he is now 1 villager ahead, going up to 71 to the 68 of our MbL. Has he scouted now? No, he's not. I don't know why this... I guess he expects a full frontal here by Liereyy, so he's not even scouting the periphery, but Liereyy dodges his scout and gets in here with 8 knights. Let's see what he can do. I mean, the town center against these... What? Oh no, why did he stop? I was going to say, a town center against these 8 knights, he'll lose 1 or 2, maybe. Definitely 1, maybe 2 or 3, but he'll get that town center, or at least a bunch of villagers who come out to repair it. Okay, Liereyy expanded... Let's take a look at their bases, see which direction they're going, what they want to do. Our Persian player on the backs of 3 town centers has plenty of space here to expand, either the north or the side. I would maybe bolster this a little bit so it's not a shitty little palisade wall. Relic count, our Persian player has gathered his first. MbL has not gathered a single relic, although he's now going up to his 5th town center. Let's take a look at his base. And what is his military production here? 3 archery ranges, 1 stable, and a barracks somewhere, a blacksmith in the back, the barracks here on the hill, and our Persian player sitting on 3 stables, a barracks, and that's it. Not surprised our Persian player isn't going archers at the moment. You know, they do have a cool upgrade, the Persians, where they can replace the gold cost of their archer units with wood. So essentially your archer line becomes trash, but they don't get arbalests. So you know, it's a trash with an asterisk rather. 11 light cavalry streaming in. Okay, so he's gone food heavy. This is a lot of food to invest into this attack. Is he expecting a lot of monks and that's why he built all this light cav? I mean, he knows about the crossbows. He knows he's lost 2 knights already. Castle going down for our Khmer player. And now he's backing them up with 17 knights. 7 monks, though, but they are slow. They need to reposition here. In the meantime, Liereyy is knocking down the front door. I guess MbL was absolutely right. There are no side attacks. Liereyy is just going full frontal headbutt. And like I said, these knights don't need to be afraid of the town centers, especially not now when you've got 19 of them. Oh, but the castle changes the dynamics, changes the mathematics. Let's see if he sticks around to get this town center. You really want to get it as a player. And his light cav, they're just circling, waiting for villagers to come and either repair or leave. And he gets the town center. A very slow pikeman making his way to attack these cavalry. But remember, no supplies for the Khmer makes their pikemen and halberdiers shitty. I don't know how else to say it. Just makes them shitty overall. And they also don't get the, take a look at the top left of your screen, the last attack, rather, the last defense upgrade, I think it's called plate mail. They don't get that either. So their late game pike and halb, or mid game, late game pike and halb, oh, sour, are very weak. MbL running circles around this scout cavalry with his light cavalry, and MbL just, okay, he's going to get this relic. He's going to get this relic. This one, he can't anymore, even though he has not seen the castle. I guess by the time that his monk got sniped here by the crossbows, he didn't see the castle, although now he will. There it is. So he knows he can't get that relic, but he's keeping a large chunk of his forces here. I wonder if that's to get this relic. Do we see any monks crossing the map? Not yet, but we'll keep an eye on that for now. Liereyy back to this town center. Or maybe not. Oh, brilliant positioning here by MbL. Monks and pike should get rid of this knight danger as soon as possible. Or actually very effective. My god, how many converts did he get? 5 knight converts. Liereyy has to be careful, right? I mean, you don't want to build the best army and then just have it taken from you. That being said, he is 6 seconds away from Imperial. On the back of 108 villagers, MbL, just as Liereyy clicks up, himself clicks up to... Sorry, I apologize. I got lost in the units. Just as MbL hits Imperial, rather, just as Liereyy hits Imperial, MbL clicks up as well. But these knights are going to be cavaliers any second now, getting plate barding, getting chemistry, guilds even. Okay, so he wants to balance his economy quite well, or rather more effectively. Gets the 4th relic. Castle going down, beautiful positioning. I love this. King of the hill. I don't think his opponent's going to come from the north. It's a long distance to go, so very much king of the hill here. We've got another castle, a 3rd going down for our blue Khmer, and we've got our first ballista elephants. I mean, look at these units. Look at their stats. 250 HP, no bloodlines just yet. That'll increase it to 270. And they're just so hard to deal with. I hope we get to see a death ball. And that way you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Paladin upgrade going down for our Persian player. I love it. You know, the games I cast generally don't see Paladin very often. The games that you do see Paladin are either Deathmatch or, you know, Fortress, etc. But where were you going there for a second? But on a 1v1 random game with on Arabia, to see Paladins is a real treat. Blast Furnace going down, but that is a long upgrade to research. 100 in-game seconds, so he's gonna have to hold off on any kind of attack for now, except for a trebuchet, which is gonna start shelling away. Oh my god, this villager, it's a Shravamsha villager. He evaded how many castle fire arrows to get to this pile of gold? Oh no, only to die. Nope, that doesn't die. I was gonna say only to die to the crossbows, but no, he runs away. Crossbows chasing him, accidentally engage with the light cav here, and both parties disengage. I don't think either player really wants to take an engagement right now. Although finally MbL makes use of the converted knights, 6 of them streaming into Lierey's base. Let's see what they can get done here. Let's keep a count. So far 3 kills for them. And now MbL overruns his gold position. Very aggressive by Liereyy. Where are you going? Very aggressive by Liereyy to try to take this. I think he was trying to establish this forward base here with the siege workshops, the archery ranges. We've got bombard cannons coming out. And now these knights are going to cause a ruckus. Remember also that Khmer do not get bombard cannons. And now we have paladins streaming into the base. Any kills for them yet? 21 kills for these. From the original knights, the original cavaliers, and now they're going to be very hard for these halberdiers to take down. As I mentioned, Khmer halberdiers not the best in the game. No supplies, no final defense upgrade. That being said, they still do get a plus 32 attack against cavalry, and these are not Frankish paladins. Although they are, oh my goodness, at the top right of your screen, fully upgraded paladins. And let's see how they stand against these ballista elephants and these halberdiers. My god, they're powerful. They can take a beating. They managed to get both Trebs, but not before the Treb knocks down the siege workshop. And Liereyy lost his castle up here, even though he was the first one to get Trebs out. And now we've got hand cannons supporting bombard cannons. You love to see it. Oh my god, 4 kills for this one light cavalry who's being a nuisance. While this knight, 6 kills for him, 7 in a second. So both players doing some minor damage to each other. Both players really sitting on very similar economies at the moment. 10 very exposed villagers mining gold here, but economically speaking, our Persian taking advantage of that town center bonus, sitting at 121 villagers to the 112, 111 of our blue Khmer. He's got to get rid of this annoying light cav. Finally does, but here come the gunpowder units. Very exposed though. This is not a lot of hand cannons, and they are going the wrong way, leaving these bombard cannons completely exposed. But completely exposed to what? MbL has no army here. Where is he? His army's completely in the center. These waddly, slow elephant ballistas, or rather ballista elephants, finally clumps his army up, makes these bombard cannons very hard to attack. I think MbL moved the relics from... Oh, no, MbL just never collected the relics. Okay, taking the stone. He's got 300 in the bank, needs a bit more to build another castle if he so wishes. Okay. Halberdiers running amok, being annoying. Not, I don't think really killing too much, but still annoying. And anytime you can trade halberdiers for paladins, even though they are on the weaker side, paladins and monks, oh my god, Liereyy is losing a lot of gold units to these shitty trash units, but does he care? He is inside MbL's base with hand cannons, with bombard cannons. Paladins, I was gonna say, but paladins are all dead. What a fantastic supporting unit, this hand cannon. 16 of them, all attacking on a 17, with still 75 base accuracy, so upgraded. But he's got to be careful here. Like I said, these are exposed. These 3, even a villager could cause him some damage. Both players mining from the same gold pile. A little a peaceful venture here between civilians, saying end the war, make love not war, putting flowers in the gun barrels of these hand cannoneers, and we'll see how long this utopia lasts and who will be the first to slaughter their opponents. So far, Liereyy now progressing this through the south side of the map. We're sitting on 2 castles. Okay, I hope we're going to get to see some Persian war elephants. They're not very common, just because, again, they are super slow. They are super expensive. My god, though, are they powerful. Although lots of towers here to defend against these hand cannons, so he's got to back away. These are not units that can take down hand cannons. Rather, towers, these are. But they are very far. And now there's a ballista elephant making his waddly way. Oh my god, we've got monks now. Let's see. One monk goes down. Second monk goes down. No converts. And now Liereyy has to run away here. This is a terrible engage for him if he takes it. Is there still peace here? Yes, there is. But now the resources are gone. And just like in real life, when resources become scarce, people fight to the death over them. These bombard cannons are gone. They are donezo. Get the hell out of here, you Treb. You are way too expensive to be exposed here. Go back to the safety of your castle. Of course, no murder holes for our yellow player. No murder holes for our blue player. Why would there be hussars now? Like I said, the Persians, my god, are they the definition of a cavalry civilization. Access to basically everything. Hussars, camel riders, paladins, fully upgraded, bloodlines, husbandry, all 6 blacksmith upgrades. My, he is going up to 32, or has gone up to 32. At the same time, these hussars are just going to start raiding. This is going to be a problem for our Khmer player. He's got to build a lot more houses here so that he can run into them. And as long as our Persian doesn't raid with paladins, which he's doing at the moment, those houses should be safe, or at least safe temporarily, until the halbs can make their slow way over. And let's take a look. Our blue Khmer has been knocked down to 86 villagers. I mean, you build houses. Why are you running south? You should be running north. You should be running to houses. There should be houses everywhere here. Instead of a mill, you should be building houses so that you can escape. Oh no, 3 halbs going to be annoying for our Persian player, but run to the castle, run to the castle. 2 town centers going down for MbL. So he wants to make up for lost time here for all these villagers he's lost. Let's take a look at his vision. Has he actually seen? Yes, so he has finally explored the Wild West frontier, which is why he is building. Oh my god, look at these farms. And like I said with the Khmer, they do not need mills. Do you see a single mill on your screen right now? Not a single one. What he should be building instead, though, is houses so that they can run into those houses, because now he's got 4 more hussars to deal with here, 4 more hussars to deal with here, 2 more hussars. Liereyy is just attacking from every angle, and we finally got a nice, delicious 20 ballista elephant death ball. Let's see who takes the day here. Will it be 20 ballista elephants? Will it be 35 hand cannons? Are these elite? No, they are not. They are going to be elite in 50 seconds. And MbL has successfully defended here. All 10 hussars seem to be dead. I mean, fantastic defense. He's back up to 91 villagers. Man, I hope we get to see a nice 3-hour game where ballista elephants with 2 bolts kill hand cannoneers. And hand cannoneers kill anything and everything in their path. But for now, Liereyy is attacking through the south. I see the attack animation in the north as well. Oh my god, 4 treb balls. You are a goner. And using hussars to attack these ballista elephants. Not a terrible use of this food-heavy unit. Okay, siege engineers going down for our Khmer player as well. And now these hand cannons are back. And there's nothing here to deal with them. I don't see monks. I see ballista elephants here in the north. But what's their move speed? 0.88 against the 0.96 of the hand cannons. Liereyy says, you know what? It worked for a while. Then they all died. Now I'm going to send them back in again. More houses going down. Why are you building them there? You should be building them here so that your villagers can escape into them. Another castle is going to go down in the face of 3 trebs. I mean, army supply count is very misleading. I mean, it's identical. A second ago, at least, was identical. You had 82 to 82, but 45 of MbL's army count is in halberdiers. Oh god, what a horrible use of these elephants. They are just so slow. And yes, we have double crossbow going down for MbL. So in 16 seconds, we'll get to see these elephants shoot 2 bolts. The second one still does a decent amount of damage. Don't quote me. I think it's a 6. Plus another attack bonus against elephants, which we're not going to see in this game, I don't think, unless our Persian player decides to all of a sudden tech switch into elephants. My god, though, look at his the diversity of his units. He's got hand cannons, hussars, paladins, halberdiers, monks, 8 trebs. This is what I was talking about in the beginning of the game. Persians are just an economic powerhouse, and not only that, they have access to a lot of really, really good units and a lot of upgrades, so they can tech switch into almost anything, although they do have some obviously weaknesses like every civilization does. And now we've got 2 ballista bolts firing from every single one of these elephants. Let's try to find a clear example of it. For now, the ballista elephants on the retreat, dealing with these here. Oh, we got to convert, and look at that. Look how many ballista bolts are being fired from 6 elephants. More action going down. MbL has been knocked back down to the 80s in terms of villager count. And these hand cannons are just shooing away these elephants. Yeah. I mean, you created a death ball, MbL, of these ballista elephants. Why aren't you death balling? Why are you separating them into small clumps? In any event, not going to second guess the player with 2610 Elo. He is doing what he does best, which is killing anything in his path. And now he's Liereyy is back with how many? 14 fully upgraded hussars. My god, are they tanky. That being said, though, kill all you. Oh my god, look at those. Look at those fiery ballista bolts. Beautiful to watch. Oh, the Halbs just man. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the game. How many of us have ever played against a Khmer opponent and just had such a pain, such a problem, so hard to deal with those ballista elephants? Even siege isn't the solution in a lot of cases. You just have to grind it out and just invest in just over and over attacking them and trying to kill them. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I wonder why MbL GG'd here, but then I looked at the mini map. I didn't see anything on the left side, and then I take a look at his villager count. Holy shit, was it decimated to 41. So even though he's got an okay amount of resources, I mean, Liereyy is not far ahead. Maybe 30 or 40% more, although he does have enough to build one castle, and soon we'll have to build two. But resource-wise, he wasn't that far behind. But villager count 41. So Liereyy was decimating him left, right, and center. Look at the peak APM. Like I said, the faster units, the 160 hussars, you always require more APM, 188 to 166. So fairly fast-paced game for both players. 181 halberdiers. Oh, and the kill count is juicy. Liereyy has killed 428 units altogether with almost 200 villagers. This is why he got the W. That 200, that 184 villager kill count. MbL has technically, I guess, killed more military thanks to these ballista elephants. I mean, these 12 alone have 58 kills among them. That's crazy, and it's probably going to go up to 70 once it kills these units. But villager count is only 52. So he tried to raid a little bit earlier in the game with those knights. Lots of small engagements here by both players. I would have loved to see a giant titanic struggle between ballista elephants and Persian paladins, a random camel just hanging out in the back. But overall, I think Liereyy just raided way too much. And let me know what you think in the comments. But should MbL, or any Khmer player for that matter, to be honest, all these gaps here in the map, should you fill these with houses? So that when you get raided, which inevitably you do, I mean, this is late game between pro players. For some reason, they never, ever wall off. Maybe just to save resources, maybe because they're so focused elsewhere on the map. But a simple wall here, even houses, would give you time to run away. A simple wall here and some kind of, barrier or funnel here. And all of a sudden, you have extra time to get your villagers into the safety of the houses that you built. So let me know what you think. I think it's probably more prudent for Khmer players to, anytime they expand like this out onto the map, like, what are the villagers here really going to do? This villager here, this villager here. They have no choice but to die if they come under attack, because by the time they get anywhere, even to this tower, the hussars, the paladins, have already gotten to them. Oh, God, look at this one villager here. He is grabbing at his neck. This hussar must have sliced his neck open. My God, I have not seen this animation before. How cool is that? Oh, he's giving one final cry before he bites the dust and joins the other 183 villagers who have died in this game. Liereyy, I just think overall built the better army, and these ballistas needed to be clumped. These ballista elephants, rather, needed to be clumped. I don't like 3 here, 5 up there, or how many were, 6 were down here. I get it because you had to deal with the raids, but a simple wall off here would have helped even more with the raids. So I leave it up to the pro players to play how they want. My elo is nowhere close to 2610. So take all of my comments with a grain of sand. Although I do think if you're playing Khmer, obviously always have houses nearby to run into. And like I said, they should be technically harder to raid in the late game because they can just run into these houses and giggle and hide and have, dinner and watch TV while the raid goes on around them. And then once the hussars and the paladins are dealt with, they can come back out and get back to work. So advantage there going to our Khmer player, but I don't really see him having taken advantage of that advantage. So overall, let's take a look at the production for our Persian player. My God, he has claimed the entire eastern portion of the map. Apologies to anyone on a small screen, but take a look at this. What are we looking at? 11 barracks, 8 archery ranges, only 8 stables. Okay. So very well rounded military, which you can see by the fact that he's got 16 hussars, 21 hand cannoneers, and 23 halbs. Not supply blocked at the moment, but very quickly will be with this production cycle finishing up. And so you can see just the Persians, how diverse their army can be. And because of that diversity, it does allow them to be very, very adaptable. And when they come into contact with the death ball of the Khmer, they have a lot of options. And in this case, Liereyy went hussar and halb to tank and to close the distance, and hand cannons in the back with themselves 20 kills here, or rather probably more. Let's take a look at all of them. 30 kills for these 15 to deal the extra, the extra oomph, as I was saying, that guttural sound that we all make when we punch something, whether it's a counter or a pillow or whatever it is. But overall, wow, what a hard-fought battle here for both players. Our Khmer still, remember, killing more military than Liereyy, and Liereyy, though, just decimating the economy of our blue Khmer player, takes the W, and GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.